This load and a few in the back are 3 tiers high. And as you guys know, I mentioned it in a previous video, anything higher than 2 tiers needs to have a belly strap. What's up guys, eruditetrucker here, back with another video on this cool, clear Monday morning. I mean, it's nice outside today. Today we got an easy lumber load for you guys. Get a look at this. Very simple to deal with. Let's get started. All right guys, we're all loaded up. It didn't take very long at all. There's nobody else here aside from myself when I pulled in. I had to wait around for a little bit for them to get everything pulled and ready for them to load on the trailer. But as you can see, we're all set. And I went ahead and started everything, or started some of it at least. I had to put belly straps on some of these tiers. As you can see, this load and a few in the back are 3 tiers high. And as you guys know, I mentioned it in a previous video, anything higher than 2 tiers needs to have a belly strap on the second tier. So as you can see, this tier here has 3 bundles of lumber on it. So here's 1, here's 2. So on top of this one, I had to throw my first strap, and I threw it on the middle because I'm gonna throw another set of straps over all 3 tiers in the front and in the rear here, in addition to the X straps that I'm going to put on this. This one right here, that's just 1 tier high, so I don't have to do a belly strap on that. That's going to just take the 2 standard straps on the front and the back, because this tier is shorter. I'll have to check and see. I can't remember the exact numbers. I think if it's shorter than 11 feet per the company's instruction, it only needs to have 2 straps on it. And I can't remember the next size up. I'll have to look on that. I don't want to misquote it and give you guys the wrong info, but I know this here is shorter. It's short enough that it only needs to have 2 straps on it, not 3 or 4, just 2. Here's the other one here, belly strap. As you can see, 3 tiers high, so over the second tier, belly strap, and then the same thing back here. Like I said, this load didn't take very long to get put on the trailer. It was really quick, and I'm the only guy here. It's not going to take me very long to secure this. I don't have to tarp it either. Yay. As you guys know, I hate tarping. I mean, every dollar counts. They pay me for it. If they say the load needs to be tarped, I'm going to do it. But fortunately, this one doesn't, and I'm not sad about that. That's the time that I don't have to spend throwing this tarp up and then taking it back down once I get to the consignee. But let's go ahead and throw these straps. we're done securing the load now. It took about 35 minutes, all said and done, which is pretty fast. So let's see what we got here. All right, as you can see, I alternated the straps. So hook a strap on this side, then the next strap, we hook it on the other side. And I do that all the way down the entire trailer. That way the weight of the load isn't all getting pulled to one side. So if your load shifted, Lord forbid, you don't have all of the pull from your straps pulling in the same direction, all to the left or all to the right. You have it alternating, so it's an even pull to keep your load where it needs to be should you have a sudden jolt or a movement. But let's see here, belly straps as you need. And to make it clear on what I had before for the load length and where you need to have the quantity of straps. So 8 feet, anything 8 feet or shorter, only needs to have 2 straps. Is only required to have 2 straps. You can have more than that, but it's legally required to have 2. So this bundle here is 7 feet. So is this one up here. But I got the belly strap on there as well. Still, you have to have that with my X straps up here. So 8 feet and below only requires 2 straps. 8 to 16 feet, you got to have a max or minimum of 3 straps on it. This bundle right here, I think it was about 9 or 10 feet here. And this one here, this has 4 straps on it, just because these bundles were so long. It's still underneath the 16-foot requirement though. It doesn't have to have 4 straps on it, but I did that just because it makes me feel better. Yeah, and everything's covered all the length. So there's nothing wrong with extra securement, guys. Extra securement just costs you a little bit more time putting it on and then taking it off. Under securement costs you a whole heck of a lot more than that. It costs you your time. If you have an accident or if your load shifts, you got to stop and get that fixed. It can cost you somebody's life. If your load falls off, it's under secured, kill somebody, cost you your reputation, cost you your freedom. You get any kind of jail time. Your load came off and ends up killing somebody. So it's more than worth the time to just put another strap on there. If you're not sure, put that extra strap or extra chain on there. It won't hurt you. And it definitely beats the alternative. So we're good to go. Everything looks good. I'm gonna go ahead and grab our BOL so we can get out of here. This is a very short load, or as far as the loaded miles. It's gonna be about 4.5 hours. So we've got way more than enough time to go ahead and get this load there, get ourselves parked up early in the day. We're gonna be done very early today. I'm a fan of that. I got plenty of time to go have an evening out on town if I want to. Once I get parked, I'll be done. I'm sure I'll be done before 6 o'clock, if that long. That's with me taking my time and going really slowly driving. So let's go ahead and grab this BOL and get out of here. All right guys, we got the BOL. We're about to head out, but the last thing I always want to make sure you guys cover, if you're checking these, you always want to do your secondary pre-trip before you head out from a shipper, or after you've been unloaded and you're about to leave a consignee to your next load. So like I always do, we go out here and we check, make sure all the lights are blinking. I turn on all my lights, my hazards and everything. I'll check and make sure all the lights are blinking that are supposed to be blinking, everything's on. You're looking at your tires, make sure you don't have any flats. Checking all your side marker lights, checking your drive axle tires, making sure there's no debris between any of them. This is all stuff that you are supposed to be doing, that and then more that you're supposed to be doing with your initial pre-trip before you start working for the day. But this is something I always do anytime the truck has come to a stop and I've gotten out of the truck and left it for any reason to do anything, going to the bathroom or getting loaded or unloaded. I don't do all the stuff when I go to the bathroom, but I check the main points. I check the main points, make sure my lights are on real quick. And going through the trailer, of course, hazards, or I'm sorry, your turn signals. You want to make sure that your rear lights are all on, everything's blinking as supposed to. And as you can see, the driver's side turn signals on, to checking the rear tires, making sure there's no debris between your trailer axle tires. And the thing, they're all equally important, but really I suppose not. I put this one thing ahead of everything else every single time. Now this is regardless. Anytime I get out of the truck and I walk away from the truck, it's out of my sight for any length of time. Whether I'm going to the bathroom or I'm getting loaded or I'm running in to get BOLs, I always check before I start driving. You want to check your pin, make sure that's in the lock position where it's supposed to be. And then I always get up there, I get my flashlight, all underneath the trailer, and I look, make sure that kingpin is locked in. As you can see, it is positive connection. Every single time that I get out of the truck, walk away from it, I check that. It's never happened to me, but I've heard about it. It's happened to other guys, and I've seen it in other YouTube videos where somebody's trailer came detached from their tractor and their trailer comes crashing down on the ground. Trust me guys, you don't want those problems anytime or anywhere. So anytime you're away from your truck, just look at it just to make sure in case anybody tampered with their truck when you're not there. 100% of the time, check that. I highly advise you to do it. That way you'll have peace of mind once you leave, and you don't have to call your company and tell them that your trailers came and smacked the ground. They're gonna ask you how that happened. You know, you can save yourself all that trouble if you just check. It only takes you a couple seconds or maybe a couple of minutes, but it's more than worth it. So everything's good. All of our straps are tight, and I checked all the straps already. I'll spare you guys running through the whole trailer all over again, but that's the sound that your straps make when they're drum tight. And I went down the whole trailer, both sides, and checked all the straps, and they all sound just like that. I love that sound. So before we head out of here, I've already done it, but just to show you guys, so you guys know my whole process that I go through before I leave. I checked all the stuff outside the trailer and around the truck. And the last thing you want to do before you leave, or not before you leave, but actually before you get loaded, that's what I told you guys in my previous video. Before you get loaded, or before you secure anything actually, you want to check your BOLs and make sure that the BOL number and the destination on your paperwork matches the information that you were given from your fleet manager, your dispatcher, whatever you want to call them. You want to make sure that where you're about to go is where you're supposed to go, okay? And if everything's good, your secondary pre-trip on your truck is all good, all you got to do is head on out, which is what I'm about to do. So let's get out of here, guys. All right, guys, we made it to the consignee about 7:45 right now. I got here around 7:15. I was a little bit behind my 6 p.m. prediction, but there was an accident on the highway on the way here. I lost a bit of time waiting to get through that, but other than that, everything here was super simple. This is actually a Lowe's that I'm delivering to. I've actually been here once before, fortunately. It's a good thing when that happens, you know, that way you know what to expect when you've picked up from a shipper before or delivered to the same consignee in the past. You know, you already know what the parking situation is going to be like, what their unloading process is going to be like, what time they may start. So that's all squared away. But this place, I kind of got confusing or conflicting information as far as like what time they're going to unload. You know, it said that on my load screen, it said that the appointment time is 7 a.m. But it said that the consignee only unloads between 4 a.m. and 5 a.m. So I'm not quite sure. I guess my clock's going to refresh around 5:15 tomorrow morning. So, I mean, I'll be ready for it regardless. But I think that the last time I was here, I ended up getting unloaded at that 5 a.m. mark roughly. But I had actually had drywall the last time I was here, and I got lumber today. But we'll be fine. But with me getting unloaded regardless of that time, my dispatcher is not going to be in yet. So I'm going to get unloaded whichever time in the morning. And I'm gonna go hang out on the opposite side of the parking lot. That way I can just chill, because there's an empty section over there where customer cars don't really park, according to my memory from last time. So I'm gonna sit around there till like 7:30 or 8 o'clock, whenever my dispatcher gets in and sees my empty, and then we'll be rolling. All right, guys, it's the next morning. It's about 6 a.m. I'm getting unloaded right now. They actually brought me back here around 5:30. There was a guy ahead of me. They got him unloaded, but I think we need to go ahead and get these straps rolled up. They got me in the back of the store, and everything back here is like really tight. They have merchandise everywhere back here, lumber and bags of soil and things. You take a look at where I am here. I'm in the very back of the store. Most of the time, stores like Lowe's and Home Depot are on the back. They'll be wide open, just a huge lot for the trucks to come around, but not this one. I mean, there's a section in the rear where I came from where all the dry vans go ahead to dock, but I'm gonna have to drive straight through out of here. To the left, there's like another gate or a fence up there where I'm gonna be able to get out of here and get back to the parking lot. And I'm probably gonna end up just sitting there for a while. I'll put in my empty and I'll sit here for a while until my dispatcher gets in, and then we'll see what else we can get into in the meantime. I'd like to be able to take another nap. I don't really feel sleepy right now, but you can always do with some extra rest, because I don't know how long my work day is going to be today. But let's go ahead and get these straps rolled up. Guys, we're unloaded. As you guys saw, it was pretty tight getting out of that from behind the store there, that lot. Like I said, they had all that product, all that lumber and everything back there on either side, and I had to make a a left turn out of there, but made it out of there no problem. Didn't hit anything, of course. And while I was here, if you guys remember, if you've seen my hazmat video, my first hazmat video, I was talking about making some planks, or getting some wood planks to put into the trailer for when I have hazmat anytime in the future. I went in here to get that done. It was a perfect time to get that accomplished, but their saw is down. So they had the wood planks at the right size that I was going to use, but I can't cut them, and I don't need to purchase 4 individual planks. I was going to purchase 2 and cut them in half. They would have been the perfect length to do what I wanted to do. But it doesn't really make any sense for me to buy the planks anyway. I don't have a way to cut them. I don't have a saw of course, on the truck. And I don't have one at home either, so I'm gonna have to see if I can swing my way around to like a Home Depot or a Lowe's somewhere else, you know, that's along my route or that I'm delivering to, preferably. It's roughly 7 o'clock right now. My dispatcher probably won't get in for another 30 minutes to an hour. He's in Central Time. So my dispatcher's on Central Time, so he'll probably be in here in a few minutes because he usually gets in early. But we'll see what he has me go pick up next. But I think in the meantime, I'm gonna try to get a workout in. You know, I'm not feeling sleepy. And usually the way that it goes, if I do try to go lie down for a nap, as soon as I get comfortable and start dozing off, I hear that alert and let me know that I just got dispatched onto a new load. So I'm gonna go ahead and do something that's gonna be productive. If I'm not gonna sleep, I'm gonna go ahead and get a workout in. I think I'm gonna go ahead and knock this one out and cut the video right here, guys. You know, thanks for joining me on another video. I appreciate all you guys watching the videos, liking, subscribing. You know, I'm gonna keep on producing content as long as you guys like the videos that I'm putting out. That way I know that it's something you guys are interested in seeing and you want to see more of. You know, if there's any other videos that you have ideas for, or as far as like questions you want to ask me and I can make a video about it, go ahead and do that. And I think we'll see you guys in the next one. Erudite Trucker out.